Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be reviewing the 2023 Hyundai Ioniq 6. This behind me does not get 361 miles. Only one trim gets 361 miles. So let me go ahead and review this Ioniq 6 for you guys and show you all the features and options this one has. Under the hood there is two electric motors, one in the front, one in the back, because this Ioniq 6 is the all-wheel drive. And the electric motor in the front is 74 kilowatt, the one in the back is 165 kilowatt, and the horsepower numbers are 320, torque is 446, so there is a good amount of torque on this Ioniq 6. And for the battery size, it is 77.4 kilowatt hour battery, and this Ioniq 6 takes 7.5 hours to charge fully on a 240 volt outlet. Here is a MSRP sticker of this 2023 Ioniq 6. If you guys are interested in the standard features it has, go ahead and pause the video. And the price with destination is almost $53,000. If you guys are curious about the color is called Cenerity White, and it does look pretty good on this Hyundai Ioniq 6. So there is 3 trims you could choose from. There is the SE, SEL, and Limited. This one is the SEL, so it is the mid trim. And honestly, it does look pretty good. And this white color is $400 option, by the way. And it does go pretty good with the gloss black trims and the wheels. So as I said, there's 3 trims you could choose from, and if you guys need the 361 miles that Hyundai is advertising, you have to go with the railway drive and you have to go with the base trim. The base trim comes with the aero wheels, so that improves range. So the only way to be able to get that 361 is to go with the base trim. So if you get the other trims like this one is the all-wheel drive. If you get the SEL all-wheel drive, this one will only give you 270. If you go with this one but railway drive, you're going to get 305. Same thing with the Limited, but the base is different. And coming to the front, I think the front looks good. Nothing too aggressive, nothing too crazy. Very simple design, and definitely has a nice, unique look to it, especially from the back. From the front, it looks okay. I really love the way how the headlights look like. There is squares everywhere on this car, and I love the headlight housing. It is blacked out, and everything right here in the front is LED, which would be expected. This is a $53,000 car. Hyundai badge looks good. It is actually flat with the bumper, definitely nice. It is finished in brushed aluminum. Again guys, the headlights have a really nice look to them. I love this gloss black. There is parking sensors here in the front. This right here is the emergency braking, and right here there is event. I love the gloss black. But yeah, overall I think the front looks good, and 270 on this specific one is actually not bad, but I really wish that Hyundai gave us 300 miles on the all-wheel drive versions. But again guys, if you go with the base trim, you're gonna get 361, and I believe 315 if you get the all-wheel drive base trim. But I really wish that Hyundai fixes the range on the SEL and the Limited. I really wish they gave us 300 miles instead of 270, but I think 270 is pretty good. Here is a side view of this Ioniq 6, and honestly the side view looks okay. It's not really my favorite. This Ioniq 6 competes against the Tesla Model 3. I honestly think the Model 3 has a better side view. I really wish that Hyundai did not go too crazy with this Ioniq 6. I think the design is a bit too much, and I know that Hyundai wanted something special that stands out, but honestly I feel like they tried a bit too much. I really wish that companies come with normal looking EVs, because they're trying too hard to make EVs look very futuristic. I don't think there is a need for that. Anyways, side view looks alright. As I said, all the window trims are finished in black. I really like the turn signal indicators. They are basically just small tiny squares. Definitely a nice touch, because there is squares all around this car. For the rims, they honestly look amazing, and they don't even have that EV look, which I really like. The size is 245/40 20, and I really love the way how the rims look like. This SEL trim does not have a sunroof. I really wish it did for the price point. Here is the back of this Ioniq 6, and as I said, guys, I feel like Hyundai tried a bit too hard, but honestly it is unique and it does stand out, which I like. Tail lights have a nice design to them. Everything back here is LED, and that's expected for the price point, 53,000. Turn signal indicators are going to be on this section right here, same on the other side of course, and this right here in the middle is the daytime running light, or the running light back here, and the brake is actually in the same place. So all those squares in the middle, they turn on when you hit the brake, and there is an LED brake light on this black spoiler. I think the design looks very good. I love this gloss black, and inside there is tiny squares. Hyundai badge is flush with the body, or with the trunk, and reverse lights are actually located in the bottom. They are LED, and they are sitting in small tiny squares. Ioniq 6 is written right here, finished in white. This is the backup camera, and on the right of it is the button, and if you guys actually look at the button, there is tiny 6 squares. Definitely a lot of squares on this car. Even the reflectors are basically squares. There is rear parking sensors back here. I really like the gray trim. It does look good from the back, but I feel like Hyundai tried a bit too much. From this view it does look a little bit weird, but from the center it does look nice and sporty. Here's the key of this Ioniq 6. It is a little bit on the bigger side, not a big fan of that, and I find it to be a little bit on the old school side. So buttons, they're kind of old style, not a big fan of them. It is a big key, so again guys, not a big fan of it. Hyundai probably wanted to make something different. This key has 5 buttons on it. There's lock, unlock, remote start, and then the panic button. And then on the side is the trunk release button. Let's go ahead and open the trunk. I really wish it was a hatchback. If this was a hatchback, I think Hyundai would sell a lot, because the Model 3 is a sedan. But I think this would have been a great idea, like the Acura Integra. If they made it like the Acura Integra, it would have been really nice. Trunk opens nice and quick, very smooth. Up here there is 2 buttons, one to close the trunk and the other one to close the trunk and lock the car. Inside there is honestly not a lot of space. The trunk floor is very high, and it is very narrow. There is those handles you could pull to drop the seats down, 60-40 split. So yeah, the space is not really my favorite. Down here there is a storage place to put the charger. So for the door handles on this Ioniq 6, they are pretty cool. They do go inside, or they tuck inside when you lock the car. When you unlock it, they do pop outside just like this. Pull, and that's how you open the door. Lock it, or hit the sensor to lock the car, and then the door handles will go back in. Here is the door panel on this Ioniq 6. Honestly, it looks very nice and cool. I love what Hyundai did with the plastic right here. The plastic has like some waves to it. Definitely a nice design. Haven't seen that anywhere. This right here is actually finished in plastic. Not a big fan of that. For 53,000, I really wish they made this part soft, but I think the design looks very good. Right here, this is nice and soft. It does have that recycle material feel. Door handle feels nice and solid, finished in brushed aluminum. I love the way how the speaker looks like. If you guys go with the limited trim, you're going to get the Bose sound system, but I think the speaker on this SEL is very good. So sound system is definitely good. decent amount of space right here. This is really nice. It's like almost like a clear carbon fiber looking trim, so something new I haven't seen anywhere. And for the seats, they're nice and comfortable, good amount of support. They are wrapped in leather, or the H Tex, I think that's what Hyundai calls them. And here are the seat controls. They have a nice look to them with lumbar support, and there is small tiny squares on this seat, so definitely a lot of squares in this, or on this Ioniq 6. But let's go ahead and move inside, and I'll show you how it looks like from the inside. And just like that, this Ioniq 6 is on. This thing is nice and spacious. The passenger is sitting far away from me, and yeah, overall I think the interior is very nice, and I love the seats. They're nice and comfortable. Again guys, there is a ton of squares throughout this car, and steering wheel has an okay look to it. I honestly rather have the Hyundai logo right here in the middle rather than those 4 squares. I'm not a big fan of those 4 squares. I like the flat bottom design, and it is only a 2-spoke wheel or steering wheel. It is wrapped in leather, has a really nice thickness to it. Here is the drive mode. There is eco, normal, and sport. And as you guys see, this changes. When you actually put the car in reverse, this will change to red. When you change the drive mode, it will change. But it only changes for a few seconds, then it goes back to the normal color. Anyways, right here on the left, there is the cruise controls. So the safety features, it does have the 2.0 safety features. This right here will control this beautiful 12.3 inch screen, and there is 2 of them. One of them is touch, the other one is not. So there's a few things you could actually change. So you could go up and down, go from one menu to another. Some menus can go down, some menus can only be toggled through this button right here. So like for the compass, you can't go up or down. For this one, you could go up and down. Drive mode, as I said, right here on the right, there is the mode, voice command, phone controls, the volume controls, and then a favorite button. Again guys, the steering wheel is wrapped in leather. Behind the steering wheel there is the paddle shifters for the regen braking, or the iPedal drive. So you could have it as max, or you could have it as level 1. Let me actually show you. There's 1, 2, and 3, I think. And then you have 0, which is basically iPedal off. And then you have auto right here. It will actually determine how far you are from the car in front of you, and it will basically adjust the regen braking. Very nice feature. And the headlight controls are right here. Very nice and premium. It is very nice and thick. I love this trim. It does look very good, and I really like this design right here. Overall, this looks very good. This right here is soft, not extremely soft. Here is the 12.3 inch screen. Does look very good, nice and responsive, and the Hyundai system is nice and smooth. There's the EV menu. You could see the range with the AC off, AC on. Here's the map. You have some shortcuts right here in the bottom. You could actually access the climate control from this button right here, and you could adjust, turn on the AC, turn off the AC, fan speed, and all that. So I'm glad that Hyundai gave us the option to do it on this screen. But again guys, beautiful. Does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Does have heated seats. I really wish that Hyundai added cold seats on this SEL trim. 53,000, I really think they should have added cold seats. Here is the EV start stop button, volume knob, and then you have the tune switch, some shortcuts as I said. This button right here will turn on the backup camera. parking sensors and fan speed. It does have 3 stages of the automatic function, dual climate control in this Ionic 6. There's 2 LCD screens. You could actually turn on driver or passenger. Let me actually go back to the climate. You could have driver only or both. I find out to be the fan is a little bit on the louder side when you have the both sides on. So having the driver on is much quieter. Anyways, climate controls are very easy to use, as I said. And here is the wireless phone charger. This is actually nice and grippy. This is very nice. I love the squares. And I'm not sure if this actually turns on when you put your phone on it. 1 USB type A, 2 cup holders, nice and big. And the window switches are actually right here in the middle. Not a big fan of that. And I really wish that all windows were automatic up and down. Here is the window lock, unlock buttons, brake hold. And yeah, I really wish that they put them here. There's no space, but it's kind of weird having them here because we are used to having the window switches on the door panel. But I think probably that's something you could get used to quick. A ton of storage place underneath this middle console, like a lot of storage place. By the way, this plastic piece right here is clear, or it's like see-through, so it's kind of cool and nice, something different. But yeah, there is a ton of space down there. The armrest is nice and soft. Inside there is 2 USB type C's. The storage is okay size, it's not too small or too big. And then there is this storage place right here. But definitely a nice interior to be in, and the seats are very comfortable, as I said. And for the mirror is not frameless. I really wish it was for the price point. Garage controls underneath the mirror. And this Ionic 6 has touch sensitive lights, or touch sensitive buttons for the lights. This button right here will turn on all the lights in this Ionic. This button right here will keep the lights off when the doors are open. SOS and Blue Link. I really love the design right here. I believe this is the microphone, if I'm not mistaken. And for the visors have a really nice solid feel to them. Nice and soft. And the mirror is nice and big. There is an LED light. So I completely forgot to show you the shifter and the buttons on the left side. So here is the shifter, very easy to use. So hit the brake, move it to the front for drive, move it to the back for reverse. And there is a button right here on the side. This is for park. And right on top, that's where the wipers are. And right here on the left side, there is the mirror controls, e-brake, the charge port, there is the traction control, trunk release, and brightness. Let me see if the charge port actually opens. So yes, it does open actually from this button right here. I thought it would just open it a tiny bit and then I have to go out and open the rest of it. But yeah, there is a few buttons right here. And as I said, guys, beautiful interior, nice and spacious, very comfortable seats. But I really wish that the price was a little bit lower than $53,000. Here is the back door panel. Has the same design as the front. I love the waves. And yeah, sure, this is plastic. But again, guys, it does look very nice. This right here is actually soft. This is soft. It's not as soft as the front, but it does have some softness to it. Again, this is more of that recycled material. Here is the window switch, door handle, nice and solid. I love the way how the speaker looks like, and this is actually a nice big storage place for a phone. There is more storage place in the bottom, and more of that clear carbon fiber looking trim. This is plastic, which is completely fine. Inside, there is actually a decent amount of space. I really like the legroom in this Ionic 6, and headroom is actually not bad, even though it has that coupe style from the outside, but the headroom inside is actually decent. This is all leather, nice and smooth. Again, guys, There is a ton of leg room and armrest. Nice and soft, not extremely soft, but it does have some softness to it. 2 cup holders, and even inside the cup holders there's squares, which is nice. So a ton of squares in this or on this Ioniq 6. There is a pocket behind the passenger and driver's seats. I love the vents back here. They do look good, and they have some brushed aluminum. 2 USB Type-Cs back here, and there is a small storage place all the way in the bottom. And that's how the front of this Ioniq 6 looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of this 2023 Hyundai Ioniq 6. If you guys are around, if you guys are interested, make sure to come and see Sam here at Key Hyundai of Milford. And if you guys enjoyed this video of this Ioniq 6, please like and subscribe because it does help a lot. And as always, I'll see you next time.